All right, folks, grab your popcorn because this one is wild. Whoopi Goldberg, the face of The View, just got hit with the biggest legal nightmare of her career.
Streaming on ABC News Live.
The Weekend View with everyone except for Whoopi Goldberg. So what's that about?
We're talking about a $250 million lawsuit. One so massive that Whoopi allegedly tried to flee the country before things got worse. But guess what? Authorities weren't having it. Reports are now swirling that Whoopi was detained at the airport. Yes, you heard that right, detained. And the woman at the center of it all? Karoline Leavitt. After years of being smeared and dismissed by The View's so-called feminist hosts, Karoline is firing back, and she's got the legal receipts to prove it. What exactly is Whoopi being accused of? Why is ABC in full panic mode? And is this finally the end of The View as we know it? Oh, trust me, you don't want to miss this one. But first, hit that like button and subscribe for more explosive updates. Did you subscribe? Awesome, let's dive in.
Whoopi Goldberg is on thin ice to the point where they're actually coming out with a new promo for The View. I know that show that we can't stand to watch because, you know, she does things like this. She spits when she says the president's name.
Listen, take him seriously and take him literally.
I don't think that we have to. I think it would be remiss of us to not say Joe Biden knows how to do this. Yes, he knows how to do this. He's quite good at this. And you know, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean...
He rambles.
Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just...
But can I mention one thing? Because Trump is out there calling...
Did you say his name?
I said his name.
Oh,
yeah, it was a trick and it made me do it. But I'm just saying that that Biden knows what not to do. You can't...
Let's be clear, Biden doesn't know what day it is, let alone what to do, what not to do. So was that paid for? I mean, I'm kind of wondering, ABC's in a lot of trouble. She's a problem. You got Brendan Carr on there, you know what. He's coming for him. He's restored all these bias complaints against the likes of ABC and NBC and CBS, and he's actually threatening that they may not allow for the affiliations at all those local stations for ABC all across the country, so much so that he sent a letter to one Bob Iger, who is the CEO of Disney. Disney is the owner of ABC News, which runs The View. And so now, interestingly, there's a new show for The View coming out on weekends, Whoopi, because you just can't get enough of it. But one Whoopi is not even in it. Not in it
All right,
at all.
Let's break this all down. For years, Whoopi Goldberg and the ladies of The View have made it their mission to trash conservative voices. They've mocked, belittled, and outright dismissed anyone who doesn't fit their agenda. But this time, they picked the wrong person to mess with. It all started when Whoopi went off on Karoline Leavitt, making claims so defamatory and outrageous that Karoline had no choice but to fight back.
I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason. Because Black people couldn't get into colleges. Because women could not get into the colleges they wanted to go to. This is all women. Yeah. See, this is not Black, Asian women. This is all women. Women were not invited to this party. It was a man's world, and we busted our asses to make sure that this was a person's world.
This commentator said, Whoopi is mansplaining the press secretary job to Karoline Leavitt.
And
Hilarious.
fight back, she did. Karoline slapped Whoopi and The View with a $250 million defamation lawsuit, alleging that they spread malicious lies in an effort to destroy her reputation. And Whoopi's response? She laughed it off like it was some kind of joke. But ABC? Oh, they were not laughing. Behind the scenes, executives were scrambling, sponsors were getting nervous, and legal experts were already weighing in, predicting that this lawsuit could be one of the biggest legal battles in daytime television history. And then, things took an even wilder turn. Now here's where it gets crazy. As the legal storm intensified, rumors started swirling that Whoopi Goldberg was quietly planning her escape, one that involved a one-way flight out of the country. According to reports, Whoopi was caught at the airport trying to board a flight to Europe in what some are calling an attempt to flee before the lawsuit could fully take effect. But guess what? Authorities were waiting for her. Yep, TSA and federal agents allegedly detained Whoopi right at the gate, stopping her before she could make her getaway. And within minutes, the internet went berserk. Images and videos of Whoopi being confronted at the airport started spreading like wildfire. Social media erupted with people asking the same question. Was Whoopi actually trying to run from the consequences of her own actions? Oh, and ABC. They were in full-on crisis mode.
Well, listen. If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
Inside sources at ABC claim that executives are freaking out. Why? Because this isn't just any scandal, this is the scandal. We're talking about a $250 million lawsuit, a detention at the airport, and The View's credibility shattering in real time. And now, behind closed doors, ABC execs are reportedly debating their only two options: fire Whoopi and distance themselves from the disaster. Risk losing advertisers, ratings, and public trust. And let's be real, ABC is already hanging by a thread. Viewers have tuned out, advertisers are rethinking their partnerships, and now this bombshell lawsuit is making things 1,000 times worse. One insider even claimed that executives are already drafting a termination plan, meaning Whoopi's days on The View could be numbered? And Karoline Leavitt? Oh, she's not backing down.
While I vow to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House.
Boom. She's got more.
I would like to point out to each and every one of you that in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office or upstairs in the residence sleeping, I'm not so sure, egg prices increased 65% in this country.
Bam!
In a blistering statement, Karoline Leavitt addressed the lawsuit head-on, and she did not hold back. For too long, mainstream media has slandered and attacked conservatives with no accountability. Well, that ends now. I will not be silent, while my name is dragged through the mud by people who pretend to stand for women's rights, but only if you agree with them. Ouch. Karoline's supporters are rallying behind her, calling this lawsuit a turning point in holding media figures accountable for their words. And with ABC already struggling, this could be the final straw that forces them to clean house for good. So the question is this the beginning of the end for The View? All right, folks, now it's your turn. Was Whoopi Goldberg really trying to dodge the lawsuit by fleeing the country? Will ABC finally take action against The View's toxic culture? And is Karoline Leavitt's lawsuit the moment that changes everything? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more uncensored showdowns and breaking news updates.